Sylvester Stewart, better known as Sly Stone, carved a legacy in music that stretched across genres and generations. Born on March 15, 1943, in Denton, Texas, and raised in Vallejo, California, his musical journey began early. Raised in a devout household that embraced musical expression, young Sylvester was already showcasing immense talent. Alongside his siblings, Freddie, Rose, Loretta, and later Vieta, he formed a gospel group called the Stewart Four. This family ensemble would lay the foundation for what would eventually evolve into Sly and the Family Stone. Even as a child, Sly had a remarkable ear for music. He became proficient in playing multiple instruments including the guitar, bass, drums, and keyboards. During his high school years, he played with a racially integrated doo-wop group called the Viscanes. This early exposure to racially diverse music groups foreshadowed the inclusive spirit that would define his future band. After graduating, he attended Solano Community College, where he continued studying music while becoming deeply involved in the Bay Area music scene. By the mid-1960s, Sly was wearing many hats. He was a DJ for the San Francisco soul station KSOL and a producer at Autumn Records. As a DJ, he was known for breaking convention, playing tracks by both black and white artists. His production work included efforts with the Beau Brummels and Bobby Freeman, and he quickly became a key figure in shaping the emerging psychedelic soul sound. His versatility also had him playing keyboards for several artists, gradually boosting his reputation within the industry. In 1966, Sly and his brother Freddie merged their bands, giving rise to Sly and the Family Stone. The group was both racially and gender diverse, unusual and revolutionary at the time. Their early material gained modest attention until the 1968 hit, Dance to the Music, catapulted them into mainstream popularity. Their signature sound was a unique blend of funk, soul, rock, and psychedelia, layered with sharp, socially conscious lyrics. Songs like Everyday People, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again, and I Want to Take You Higher, along with albums like Stand, 1969, solidified their place in music history. As the 1960s came to a close, the band hit its stride with major performances, including iconic appearances at Woodstock and the Harlem Cultural Festival, also known as the Summer of Soul. Their live shows attracted people across racial lines, pushing forward a vision of unity through music. Around this time, Sly also launched Stoneflower Productions with David Kapralik, further expanding his influence in the music world. Sly was heavily involved in all aspects of his music, from writing and arranging to producing. However, the band's success also came with mounting pressures and conflicts. Disagreements began to surface, particularly between Sly and bassist Larry Graham. The growing influence of political groups like the Black Panther Party urged Sly to take a more militant stance in his music and even to restructure the band to more directly represent the Black Power movement. This period also marked a sharp rise in Sly's drug use. After moving to Los Angeles with his girlfriend, Deborah King, his lifestyle became erratic. Substance abuse began to impact his work, resulting in missed shows and canceled performances. Audiences, expecting high-energy performances, grew restless, and promoters became cautious. Even amidst the chaos, Sly continued to break musical ground. The 1971 album There's a Riot Goin' On reflected a darker, more introspective mood. Much of it was recorded by Sly alone using overdubs and one of the earliest drum machines. This trend of isolated recording continued with Fresh, 1973, and Small Talk, 1974, which saw diminishing involvement from the original band members. Eventually, the original lineup of the Family Stone unraveled. Rose Stone left, Freddie joined Larry Graham in Graham Central Station, and others drifted away. Sly attempted a solo comeback with albums like High on You, 1975, and Back on the Right Track, 1979, but none matched the impact of his earlier work. In the early 1980s, he briefly collaborated with George Clinton's Funkadelic and worked on unreleased material such as a project called the Soda Jerks. Sly's personal life during the 1980s and 1990s was marred by legal troubles and drug issues. He was arrested multiple times, including for drug possession, and served time in jail for parole violations. Still, He made occasional appearances. He toured with Bobby Womack and appeared on Jesse Johnson's Crazy. He also collaborated sporadically with artists like Earth, Wind, and Fire. While he continued to create music from home, much of it remained unreleased. By the mid-1990s, Sly had largely withdrawn from public life. His 1993 induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame marked one of his rare public appearances, though he declined to speak. Reports surfaced of him living in seclusion, struggling with substance dependency, and reportedly living in a van. Friends and family were increasingly concerned about his well-being. A brief appearance with his sister's tribute band in 2005 and the 2009 documentary Coming Back for More brought him back into the public eye, albeit briefly. The documentary also highlighted a major financial dispute. Sly had lost control of his royalties amid allegations of managerial fraud. In 2010, Sly filed a $50 million lawsuit against his former manager Jerry Goldstein, accusing him of stealing royalties and manipulating contracts. Though a jury initially awarded Sly $5 million in 2015, that verdict was later overturned. Despite the legal setbacks, Sly continued to fight for recognition and justice concerning his legacy. One of his most widely talked about returns came at the 2006 Grammy Awards, where he made a brief but memorable appearance during a tribute performance. Though fleeting, it reminded the world of his enduring influence. In 2009, he signed a new record deal and released I'm Back, Family and Friends, featuring updated versions of his classics with guest artists. In 2023, Sly offered an intimate look into his life by releasing his autobiography, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again. The memoir provided personal reflections on his rise, fall, and enduring cultural imprint. On June 9, 2025, Sly Stone passed away at the age of 82, surrounded by loved ones and grappling with ongoing health problems. Despite the tumult of his later years, his contributions to music remained legendary. He wasn't just a participant in the evolution of funk, he helped shape and define it. Sly's personal life was as colorful as his career. In the late 1960s, he occasionally stayed at producer Terry Melcher's home, where he once met Charles Manson, not realizing who he was at the time. Sly also met Doris Day through Melcher, and the two sang her classic, Whatever Will Be, together at the piano, sparking rumors of a romance. In 1974, he married model and actress Kathy Silva on stage at Madison Square Garden during a sold-out show. The wedding was intended to be a spectacle, complete with special effects and dramatic flair, though many plans were scrapped due to logistical issues. Their marriage dissolved in 1976 after their son was attacked by one of Sly's dogs. Silva later said that Sly's drug use and unpredictable behavior made the relationship untenable, although they did reconcile from time to time. Sly fathered several children. His son, Sylvester Jr., was born in 1973 to Silva. Around 1976, he had a daughter named Sylviette, now known as Fun, with his bandmate Cynthia Robinson. Another daughter, Novena Carmel, followed in her father's musical footsteps and is currently a radio co-host on KCRW's Morning Becomes Eclectic. Sly also had a familial tie to gospel music through his cousin Moses Tyson Jr., a noted gospel musician and organist. Through all the highs and lows, triumphs and tragedies, Sly Stone's place in the history of American music remains indisputable. His voice, sound, and fearless innovation changed the course of popular music and inspired generations of artists to come. And with that, thanks for watching, share, and please subscribe for more videos.